The training hall of the Orion Alliance Academy echoed with the rhythmic hum of energy shields and the hiss of plasma blades. Hundreds of cadets, recruits from 37 species, stood in ranks, watching as the towering alien instructor paced before them. His skin was a dull crimson, his 4 eyes glinting with condescension. Commander Vorkal of the Drax Dominion had trained countless soldiers, but this was the first time he'd been assigned to the human experiment. He found it insulting. At the far end of the row stood Cadet Riley Morgan, one of the few humans accepted into the Intergalactic Defense Corps. She looked painfully small compared to the towering saurian, insectoid, and crystalline recruits surrounding her. Her training armor seemed a size too big, and her pulse rifle hung awkwardly at her side. Vorkal stopped in front of her, his heavy boots shaking the floor. "So this is what humanity sends," he growled, his voice reverberating across the chamber. "A fragile mammal that breaks in half under pressure?" Laughter rippled through the ranks. Riley didn't flinch. Her eyes, gray and calm as storm clouds, met his without a word. Vorkal sneered. "You think that look intimidates me, little one?" He pointed to the sparring arena. "Let's see what your kind can do. Step forward." Riley obeyed silently, stepping into the circular combat zone. The floor shimmered with containment fields. "Unarmed combat," Vorkal declared. "Show me your best." The alien rolled his shoulders, towering nearly 3 meters tall, his muscle cords rippling like living steel cables. He cracked his claws together and bared a predatory grin. "Don't worry, human. I'll go easy. Wouldn't want to shatter your bones too quickly." More laughter. Even the crystalline cadets clicked their faceted bodies in amusement. Riley only nodded. "Understood, sir." The buzzer sounded. Vorkal lunged, fast, brutal, all power and arrogance. His claws sliced through the air where her head had been a fraction of a second earlier. Riley sidestepped with uncanny precision, her movements efficient and quiet. He swung again, aiming to sweep her legs. She hopped lightly over his strike, landed, and pivoted smoothly behind him. "Stand still, mammal," he roared, spinning. He threw a heavy punch, a blur of motion. Riley caught his wrist. There was a sharp, echoing crack. Before anyone could register what had happened, Vorkal was flat on the ground, gasping. The room fell silent. 9 seconds. That's all it had taken. Riley released his arm and took a respectful step back. "Permission to speak freely, sir," she said, her voice calm. Vorkal blinked, dazed. "How, what technique was that?" "Basic joint manipulation," she replied. "It's standard in human close-quarters combat. We developed it because most of our species are smaller and weaker than predators on our planet." One of the insectoid cadets buzzed nervously. "You mean, you humans fight larger creatures regularly?" Riley nodded. "We evolved on a death world. Everything tried to kill us, weather, hunger, animals, each other. We learned to adapt." Vorkal sat up slowly, rubbing his wrist, still stunned. His pride had been shattered far more than his bones. "You could have broken me in half," he muttered. "I could have," Riley said softly, "but that wouldn't teach anyone anything." The silence that followed was heavier than any gravity field. Every cadet, regardless of species, looked at the small human with newfound respect, and a hint of fear. The alien instructor finally rose, towering again, but this time with humility. He bowed slightly. "Lesson received, Cadet Morgan." She returned the bow. "Thank you, sir." As the next training session began, the atmosphere in the hall was different. The laughter was gone. The jokes about fragile humans had vanished. Word spread quickly through the academy, across barracks, mess halls, and shuttle bays. They said the human didn't boast, didn't threaten, didn't rage. She simply moved, and an apex predator of the Drax Dominion hit the floor in 9 seconds. Weeks later, when the graduation trials began, Vorkal stood on the observation deck as Riley led her squad into the simulation arena. He found himself silently cheering for her. For the first time, the seasoned alien warrior understood why humans were feared even before they were known. They didn't dominate through strength, or size, or weapons. They conquered through precision, patience, and terrifying will. And somewhere deep inside his battle-scarred heart, Commander Vorkal felt a flicker of admiration, and gratitude, that humanity had chosen to stand with the Alliance, not against it. Because if this was just one human cadet, he didn't want to imagine what an entire human army could do.